Hi and welcome to another shirt of the day, and as it's Wednesday, it is a Request Wednesday, which means we are bringing you a closer look at some of the shirts you love. And today's request has come in from Karim, who has got in touch with us a lot about seeing some classic Chelsea shirts. Well, Jeff, we've got a real treat for you today, because today's shirt of the day is a total Request Wednesday Chelsea collection. If you're a Chelsea supporter under the age of 20, then you'll only have heard the stories of the troubled past the club had. The 80s were a difficult time for Chelsea, facing financial turmoil, the lease on their famous Stamford Bridge ground being sold to developers, the club almost being relegated to the third division for the first time in their history, and famously the club was bought for £1 by Ken Bates. And this shirt represents that time in a nutshell. It's from the Chelsea collection, worn in the 1986-87 season, with a variety of sponsors as the club could get them. And though it's not rare for a bigger club to self-produce their shirts, thinking Roma and Southampton in recent seasons, it was designed by Ken Bates as a cost-cutting measure for the club and reflects it in both its design and feel. It's 100% 80s polyester, so the players must have been producing a fair amount of static electricity as they were playing. By the late 1990s, Chelsea had steadied the ship and were packed full of international superstars. Gullit, Vialli and Zola had become household names in the shed end, and Chelsea were becoming known as something of a cup team, winning the 1997 FA Cup final before equalling their biggest European achievement to that date, winning the 1998 Cup Winners' Cup, in what has become a classic favourite for Chelsea fans. Worn between 1997 and 1999, this Umbro design favoured a bold yellow piping into the large amount of white that featured on this strip, which was also a slightly lighter hue than the traditional royal blue worn by the club. It was also paired with a very vibrant yellow away kit that both really encapsulated Chelsea at the time, bold and dynamic. The club celebrated their centenary season in 2005, but their fortunes completely turned around from the 1980s. Now owned by Roman Abramovich, the club celebrated lifting their first championship title in 50 years the season before, and wore a special 100-year anniversary shirt in the following season, where John Terry lifted the Premier League title for them again. This was the last shirt produced by Umbro, who had supplied shirts to the club for an incredible 19 years. The badge featuring a really fine 100-year centenary detail embroidered around the crest, and the shirt switching from a white trim to a regal gold, befitting a club at the pinnacle of their success at the time. The following season, the club bought themselves out of their contract with Umbro to sign a multi-million-pound deal with Adidas, who continue to manufacture the shirts for the club to the present day. And we could do a whole shirt of the day just looking at the shirts and successes from the Adidas era alone. Maybe you'd like to see that, or maybe you'd like to see a closer look at another shirt here at Classic Football Shirts. All you need to do is get in touch with us on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag RequestWednesday, and we'll see you on the next shirt of the day.